In this video, everything I'm gonna need for a 30K long run as I get ready for Osaka Marathon 2025. I will also take you on the 30K long run and you can join me. It's tomorrow, so it'll be 15 days to marathon day, and I'm aiming for 30K. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Aubrey. I'm a very average runner. I create content on this channel for people that have just started running or average runners just like me. The purpose of this video is to inform you of everything that I use for such a long run and why. As I mentioned, I'm going to Osaka Marathon and Mizuno has been kind enough to invite me and take me there to do this marathon. So whilst I introduce myself as an average runner, the experiences and opportunities that I've been getting are far from average. I've talked enough. Let's talk about 3 types of things that I'm gonna need for this run. We're gonna start with clothing, then I will talk to you about nutrition, and then I wanna talk about the gadgets, electronics that I have with me on this run. Not crucial, but some of the stuff is just stuff that I really like. All right, let's start clothing. We're gonna go up and work our way down. I'm gonna start with the hat. Over here, this is the hat I'm gonna have with me tomorrow, only for the first part. So I'm gonna leave my house at 5 a.m. It's minus temperatures over here in England, so it's super cold. I'm from Malawi, bro. I'm not built for this nonsense. So this is what I'm gonna have the hat, okay? I'm excited about the next few things I'm about to show you. So for Osaka Marathon specifically, Mizuno have released what they're calling the Oni Pack, the Wave Rebellion Pro, as well as my race day shoe, which is the Neo Vista, in a different colorway. So this is the t-shirt I'm gonna have on tomorrow. The reason why I wanna share stuff like this is not just to show you, oh, look, I've got a t-shirt. But when you start running, you look at the clothing you've got at your disposal and you just use that, and not necessarily stuff designed for running. This is highly technical, so it's not gonna hold all the moisture and the heat. It's breathable, and that's one thing that you want. Like I mentioned, the weather is gonna be unpredictable, it's gonna be cold, and therefore you wanna have another layer on top. Now this is the jacket that I use. I love this because, again, highly breathable whilst being waterproof, and at the back over here it's got some vents, but more importantly at the front, just on the chest here, I've got pockets. That's where I normally put my phone. But why this is important? Simple. It's got a hood. The hood is adjustable and it fits to you, avoiding all the rain getting to your face. It's gonna be cold. Normally I run in half tights. I don't have Mizuno branded ones, so I'm gonna have just very long tights, full tights, and depending on what the temperature or the weather does tomorrow, I'm gonna have this with me. I'm actually gonna leave the house with the black pair on top of this one, just for an added layer. If the weather is good, the temperature is not too bad, eventually I'll take this one off. We'll see. So I've got tights, half tights, and full length. We'll see which one I do, okay? In terms of socks, as part of the Osaka Marathon Mizuno release, the Oni Pack I just mentioned, they also sent me these socks. Really, really cool. They got the Mizuno logo. I'll show you up close at the back over there. And again, you're gonna see the colors. One is red and the other one is blue. And that's simply because they have pimped out my favorite shoe, which is the Neo Vista. This is the Neo Vista, and within the Oni Pack, one is blue and one is red. It's kind of reminiscent of what Puma did with the DV8s, but this is absolutely magic, so check that out. Love that. So this is actually gonna be my marathon race day shoe. So I'm gonna take it out tomorrow and see how it performs. In terms of the distance at the pace I want to do it in. This is my favorite. I classed it as my favorite daily trainer of 2024. And so not really shocked as to how it's going to perform or how it's going to be, but I want to see how it performs at the distance, at the pace that I'm trying it out. So, and also just love the colors compared to what I already have. So that's the shoes. Last Sunday, we did 27K and I came back and it took about 20 minutes before I got sensation back in my fingers because the gloves that I had were just very poor. And so what I've done, I'm gonna have base level kind of gloves out with me, and then I'm gonna double those up with these Alaska ski gloves kind of jobs. I'll have them both on. If it ends up to be too warm, it's fine. But I think I've got very bad circulation, and so I try my best to just overdo it. I can always take stuff off. Now, I showed you the jacket I'm gonna wear, but this is another option. The problem with this jacket, even though I love the look of it, honestly, for swagger purposes, this is the one, but it doesn't have a hood. So I don't know if it's gonna be raining or anything like that. So option B. Those are the apparel clothing. Everything that I've talked about there is not just to show off and tell you about it, but those things are specifically designed for running. And normally that's 3 things. You want things that are breathable because your body temperature obviously goes up. You don't want stuff that holds heat and therefore releases it. Secondly, waterproofing. The weather that I've got here is unpredictable. It's cold, but also could be rainy. You want to protect yourself. And then shoes, performance. You're going to be going at a pace. The half tights, the tights, performance. You're going to be at a pace. You don't want chafing. That's what I love about the tights. The shoes, you want to maintain a pace. So you want shoes that have got a plate in them. You want them to be well cushioned, very specific to running. I realize this video is going to be long, but it needs to be just to give you the right information. Okay, let's talk about nutrition. I've got a specific video, so I don't want to dwell on this too long, that actually came out today as I'm recording this, and I will link it at the end of this video, that talks about the nutrition. My nutrition though starts today. Been doing some carb loading for this 30K run, but I've got 2 liters of water, and within that 2 liters, I've got that. This is SIS hydration electrolytes. 2 of them in this 2-liter one, and I'm starting it today because you don't want to overload yourself with water on the day. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to need a lot more stops than necessary. So start the hydration today. Little and often, but cover yourself for the day. Okay, so next up, fueling. This is SIS's Beta Fuel, the dual source energy drink, basically a drink mix. You mix it in water. And so I run with the hydration vest. It's currently in the washing machine. I would have shown you, but what I can show you here, these are the soft flasks that I always use. 500 milliliters of liquid in there. So I'm actually going to dilute one of these into here and the other into another one. I'll have one of these before I set off, then leave, and then sip on this as I go. Fueling. We're looking at 70 to 80 grams. I want to say 70, but because each of these gels are 80, I don't want to do any thinking. So if I have one of these every half hour, I therefore, roughly for the distance I'm aiming at, roughly, I'll take 6 with me. But remember, I'm also drinking these, so I might not need all the 6, but I'll have 6 with me. The plan though is to take 4 or 5 over that distance of the energy gels in combination with the drink mix. Okay, that talks of fueling. The one thing I should warn you about, and this is very important. Normally I laugh about this kind of stuff, but it's important. When you've got all this stuff in your stomach and you're running, it can trigger reactions. The one thing I do have, which I didn't pack here, make sure you've got some wipes or some toilet tissue nearby. I've got a horrible story to tell you about in another video. I don't want to change the mood of this video with telling you the details, but long story short, I came back home with an item of clothing missing, okay? Make sure you've got a pack of wipes or toilet tissue when you're going out. Ladies, especially, please, everyone know, same ground, have tissues, wipes. All right, so that talks of fueling. In terms of electronics and gadgets, here, you need a sports watch, a smartwatch, whatever it is you want to call it. This is a Garmin Forerunner 265. It's what I've been using all the time. I went to the running show and the good people at Sunto then gave me their Sunto Race S, which I'm currently using for purposes of review, and I'm going to give you a comparison of the two. So have a watch. That way you start it and it just measures everything. You don't have to think about it. I don't want to dwell too much on the tech stuff because it's not necessary for the run I'm doing, but the stats and the data that it gives you is absolutely key. Okay, the next thing, I wear this. This is my heart rate monitor. I wear this on my chest. The heart rate data that you get on this, far more reliable than any wrist-based or arm-based, well, I shouldn't say the arm-based ones, because they're actually really good as well. But this is my choice. I wear the chest strap. It works, bang, bang. The rest of this stuff is highly optional. So, headphones, there. Now, there are some running specific ones and I do have a pair, but I'm out there for a long time. I run with some guys. When they show up, I don't have music playing because we talk. I prefer it that way. But if it happens that I'm out there by myself for a long time, these are the headphones I use. I've got no time to be faffing around with sound that I can't even hear. But also, there's a risk with these because you can't hear what's happening around you. You have to be extra cautious and choose your routes, that it's just you, no cars or anything like that. I just need the music because I'm on the feet for a very long time. That's key. Anyway, the other two things, a lot of people have actually asked me, Aubrey, we like the look of your footage, we like the look of your videos, what do you use? When I'm filming right now with this camera, this is hardcore. You don't need anything like what I'm filming for purpose of information. I film, what you're watching me on right now is a Sony A7 Mark IV, and I use also an A7S III. But when I'm out and about, anything you see me film out on location or when I'm out running, this is the camera I use. That one is a DJI Pocket 3 extended battery pack with feet there. However, that's not waterproof. With the unpredictable weather we've got here, I then have the same from DJI, and that is the Action 5 Pro, okay? This is the same color science as this camera, and therefore if I film some here and some there, when I edit it, it all looks the same. I also love what they've got, similar sensors, and it just gives me the footage that I need. You obviously don't need that for a long run, but for those of you that have always wondered, I like to be transparent and just share with you in case you're a content creator yourself and you were wondering. That is essentially it, apart from, boom, this is the most important thing out on my long run. My phone. I will put out my location. Everyone knows where I'm going when I'm going running. This is what plays my music, but also if I get in some sort of mix, stranded somewhere, I can alert people, I can call them and stuff like that. So my phone, absolutely. That's everything that I need for this. I'm gonna do a separate video actually for the long run itself. Again, a massive thank you to Mizuno for the opportunity to run Osaka 2025. I watched the running channel when they went 1 year. I watched Benny's running when he went 1 year. And to kind of be following in such footsteps is a massive deal. It's a massive deal. Anyway, this shoe here is exactly what I'm excited about. This is my favorite running shoe of 2024 in terms of daily trainers, and to have it sent to me as part of an early release, a colorway specifically for Osaka Marathon, is a big, big confidence boost. So Mizuno, thank you very much.